Welcome to part 2 of multi-track view editing. Here we're going to look at splitting clips, dragging the edges of clips, grouping clips together, locking them in place, mutes and solos, and also the session file itself. So this will take you up a level in terms of your multi-track view editing abilities. First thing we'll show you is how to split audio clips in multi-track view. Now bear in mind, because it's a non-destructive editing environment, if you split a clip in multi-track view, you're not doing anything to the original file. So to split the clip, you find precisely the place on the clip that you want to make the split at. Put the playhead there. Make sure the clip is active, a richer color of the file color that you're using, in this case it's green, and Control and K. Control and K has split the file right at that part. So now you can move it around. Want to undo it? Control Z a couple of times and they're back together. That's clip splitting. Another feature of Audition that they introduced at 1.5 and it remains to this day is clip edge dragging, and it's really useful. Let's just imagine these are a sequence of vox pops and you like certain portions of the responses but not others. You don't have the time to go into multi-track view and edit each of these down. You want to put them in their raw format. But let's just imagine the start of track 3 we really like and the end of track 14 we really like. So for example, this portion here we really like and this portion here we really like. Clip edge dragging allows you to resize the audio clip based on your preferences. Click the track once to make it active, and now notice bottom left and right there are 3 little lines. Put your cursor on those lines, left click and hold and drag. Now, all you see in the multi-track view is all you'll hear. The rest of the file is still there. We just can't see it. And if we can't see it in multi-track view, we can't hear it. Same thing for track 14. Click to make it active. Go to bottom left or right. In this case, it's left. Left click and hold and drag. Now by right-clicking and holding, we can assemble these little clips as if they were vox pops. Very, very useful. Again, a couple of Control and Z, and we're back to where we started. Also, clip grouping is very useful if you want to move groups of clips around the multi-track view. Maybe you've spent a while putting different clips together in a particular way, in a particular sequence, and you don't want to move them. You want to make sure they stay together. In that case, then grouping the clips is very important. So let's just imagine that 3, 14, and 17, along with the music, have been arranged exactly to your liking, and you don't want to change them. Well, highlight them first by holding down the Control key and left-clicking once on each of the clips. Then Control G will group the clips. You'll see the clips change a different color, and this little group icon appears bottom left of each one. Now by right-clicking and holding, you can move the entire group around. It's very useful. Again, undoing a couple of times will bring that back to the way it was. Finally, in terms of clip movement, I want to show you clip locking. This is very useful again if you have a clip here, for example, clip 17, that you want to keep in precisely that place on the timeline, but you want for some reason to move it down. Maybe a lot of the files are cluttered. Maybe you want to apply an effect to it. Whatever the reason, you don't want to move it left or right even a half a second. You want to keep it exactly where it is. Select the file and go to the lock icon on the toolbar. You'll now see on the bottom left of the clip a little lock icon. Right-click and hold it as if to move it, and try and move it over and back. You won't be able to. The only thing you'll be able to do is move it up and down from track to track, but not adjust its place on the timeline. Make sure when you're finished with this that you switch that off, because sometimes if you're grouping a lot of files and a few of them are locked, the locked ones will stay in place while the other ones will move. Can be annoying. And finally for this, let's have a look at mutes and solos. If you've got a very complex session in place with files on all the tracks, you're trying to find out which pieces work and which don't, it can be very, very useful sometimes to mute individual tracks, just to hear what's on the others. Again, pressing the M button on each track will mute that track. The S button works similar, but in reverse to mute. With select, you're selecting the track and muting by pressing the S button or solo button, you are soloing just that track, but then muting all the others. Very useful. For each project you take into multitrack view and for each session of audio clips that you arrange on the multitrack timeline, you'll need to save what's called a session file. If you look on the top left to the title bar of Adobe Audition, you'll see we're working on Untitled.ses. Like we've seen in Edit View, Adobe Audition will apply an automatic file name to WAVs, MP3s, and session files. It'll call it Untitled. It's up to us to save that though. If we want to save this work in its current form and not lose the progress we've made, we'll have to save the session file. And it's simple. File, Save Session As, and we'll save this in the very same location as the files we're using are located. So in this case, we'll call this Demo 1. And OK. A session file with the .ses extension catalogs the audio clips you use in each project. It notes where they're stored in your computer, where you've placed them on the timeline, and what changes you've made to them in general. This session file should be saved in the same project folder along with all the audio clips that you're using. Audition calls these audio clips component files. You can call them audio files or audio clips, but Audition calls them component files. So let's ensure that all of our component files are saved and the session file is saved as well. One thing's for sure is that you'll need plenty of practice here to master these moves. This won't come easy at first, so take your time, and the main thing is to have fun creating some radio. I'll talk to you in the next video where we'll look at real-time processing, sound effects, mix levels, bouncing your mix to one single file, and also saving your work in various formats.